1460 WVOX.
Stay tuned now for the Racing for Heroes radio show with host Brett Morash on 1460 WVOX.
All right, Race for Heroes fans, it is November 5th, 11 o'clock Eastern. We're on 1460 AM worldwide at WVOX.com. And today on Race for Heroes radio, we have some amazing guests. But our first up guest is a person that I think is just fantastic. I love this guy. It is JD Gunther out of North Carolina, and he is the founder and manager and kind of jack of everything that happens with the Carolina Outlaw Super Street Series, which is one of the series that Race for Heroes is heavily involved in. So, JD, you're on the line.
Yes, I am, Brett. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I saw the weather was down a little wet the other night down there, but should be clearing up.
Yep, it's clearing up. We had some rain yesterday and got a few big races around the area this weekend that I'm sure hoping that we get some good weather for. The World Finals is at Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Lakeview guys already canceled, but David's got a race out at Fayetteville that they're hoping to get in.
Okay. Yeah, because I think my experience having seen that is that it's really hard prepping those tracks and making sure that they're good to go for any race.
It is. Yep. And all you can do is put it down, do your best. Mother Nature takes care of the rest. But David's had a pretty good track this year. So has Scott. So, it's a gamble, to tell you the truth.
Oh yeah. Well, I had a chance to be out at Lucas Oil Speedway back in Memorial Day timeframe, and it just was amazing to me watching the amount of effort that went into that. Just crazy.
Oh yeah.
Just
yeah,
crazy.
some of them work days before, and they put ungodly amounts of water on it and run it and farm it, and it's a lot of work. Hats off to all the track staff; they do a wonderful job.
I like the big roller though with the little feet on it that spins.
Sheet foot.
The sheet
foot.
Oh
yeah. No, the big sheet foot's got. It punches holes in the track, but the roller, I'm not sure what that's called. Maybe a tether or something. I'm not sure.
The sheep's foot though, that was the one that I was impressed with. I could have watched those guys prep the track all day.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
That's great. Hey, so let's get to it. So tell us about the Carolina Outlaw Super Street Series. First year coming to an end.
Yep, this is our first year. We had a great year. We had Leaf Cars win 5 races, I believe. I believe Metric was 6, and the 3-bar cars was 7. And when we went into this thing, we tried to get it to where all 3 types of chassis could run together. We were having low car counts, and I think, in my opinion, we've done a really good job getting the rules pretty close. We have a little bit more tweaking to do, but my big goal when we started this, and I say everybody in our racing family put effort into this thing and tried to build a wonderful series. And my long-term goal was, to in 3 or 4 years to have 30 or 40 cars trying, because we've got big money for Super Streets, paying big money. I think this weekend, we'll touch on this a little bit, but we had one of our guys that's running 3rd in points passed from COVID.
Yeah.
And
right.
his number was 17. So David, we're having a race Thanksgiving. It's going to be $1,717 to win.
Oh wow.
And my goal was to have a bunch of cars, put on a really good show for the crowd, pay good money, and get tracks to actually want us to come and put on a show for them. My long-term thing was, something like start something with like the World of Outlaws or something like that, because it's a cheaper class. It is a cheaper class, and it is getting expensive, but it's a lot of people can afford to run this class. And yes, we've had a wonderful year. We've had 42 cars, 42 different drivers run with us.
Oh wow.
And we've ran 3 different tracks, Lakeview, Fayetteville, and County Line. I want to thank all of them for believing in us. I'm not sure the future of the series because you know we've got another class started up, and I wish them best of luck. They're gonna just run all Leafs. I tried my doggonest to make it to where we could all run together, but you know, it's just different people have different thoughts, and I get it. I really do get it.
But you had some good
like I say,
rules, though. I mean,
yeah, we had good rules. They were great. I tried to write them myself with a little bit of help, and this year I had some professional help. You know, I had Brett Dysart and Dalton Wilson and Randy Calder, and just Barry Ellers. Talked to him a little bit. Talked to Barry Wright some, and you know, I think we could have tweaked it and done really a little bit better this year. But yeah, we had a great year. I really enjoyed it. We had a really good competitive class.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, I'm always in awe of the great drivers that have been in, you know, the Carolina Outlaw Super Street Series. And just the passion that's there. You know, when I seen, you know, drivers and, you know, a bunch of the younger guys have been on the show, you know, that you set it up for me, you know, that it's just been fantastic. And so I'm just so pleased with that. But, you know, we had a tragedy, right?
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. One of our guys that is running third in points, his name is Michael Freeman. He passed last week with complications from COVID, and he was a really big part of our series. Him and his family, they came to the racetrack with basically himself, his wife Regina, his 11-year-old son Mason, and his 3-year-old daughter Madison. And I mean, they done it all. That kid Mason was amazing, man. He gets out there, he gets the car out, he gets it jacked up, he gets the wheels off. I mean, they done it pretty much on their own. Dalton and Ethan Wilson had a big hand in helping them guys set the car up, and he was very, very, very competitive. But yeah, we lost him, and it's a tragedy to our series.
Well, he was third in points, right? I mean, going into this coming race, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he was third in points, and he actually missed one race. And he called me and he said, "Jay, you know, I'm all in on this series, but I got an opportunity to run at the big show, and the big show's Charlotte." He also has a 602 late model, and I said, "Man, go!
Yeah,
if you can go to Charlotte, go. Be in the limelight."
Right.
But yeah,
no, it's like a AAA ball player. Like, oh, I got a chance playing the Yankees. Like, should I stay?
Yeah, right. Or the Baltimore Orioles.
Right.
I'm a Baltimore Orioles fan.
As long as you're not a Texas fan.
No. But yeah, and you know, I want to, you know, I know this is a racing show, and I want to thank everybody, all our sponsors, and Mike Evok is one of our great sponsors. He's a very good friend of mine, and he's helped us out a lot. But I just feel like, you know, I want to talk about Michael a little bit.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, this guy was, you know, your go-to man. If somebody needed something in the pit area, they knew they could go to Michael. Michael would help them. You know, he was a go-to man for a lot of people. And a couple years back, we lost another good guy, Michael Pittman, and him and Michael Freeman were very, very, very good friends, and they were cut out of the same mold, man. Both of them would, you know, help anybody that needed it. It don't matter if they knew you. If they knew you needed something, it was there. You know, and we lost a heck of a good guy in our series, but you know, somebody lost a son, somebody lost a husband, somebody lost a father, and we lost our good friends.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of good, you know, and we're all, a lot of us are guilty of this. And I am guilty of this. If I get sick, I don't go to the doctor, man. I'll open up a jar and put a little bit of honey in it and a little bit of sugar and some lemon and douse it and put some Vicks on my throat and go to bed.
Right.
This has woke me up, man. Because Michael was in good health. This has woke me up.
Yeah, he's only 40, right? I mean, he's a kid in my book.
Yeah, yeah, he's a kid, man. He's a kid.
Yeah.
But this has woke me up, and you know, I'm just saying, if you get sick, man, with this mess that's going on right now, please go to the doctor. I'm going. If I get sick, I'm going, and thank God I've been staying away from people and stuff like that, and you know, I talk to a lot of people, but here after this stuff started, I've kind of kept my distance from people, and thank God I haven't gotten it, but I'm knocking on wood right now.
Yeah, no, listen, man, it's tough, you know. I mean, I think that, you know, you want this kind of balance of, you know, you know yourself, but you know, this particular infection has just taken way too many people too young, and you know, Mike's obviously one of them.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and I mean, if this little message gets out to one or two people, and they feel sick, and they say, man, I'm gonna just home remedy it, man, to go to the doctor. Go to the doctor, because I would never in my world thought that I would see this happen. You know, it's terrible.
Yeah, well, listen, man, I think for the grace of God go I. You know, I mean, personally, I think I had it about a year and a half ago when I first had the outbreak up here in New York. And, you know, I think that, you know, I was lucky, my family was lucky, but, you know, other people just not so much.
Yeah, that's right. I will. What I'm thinking is it affects different people in different ways. But this is a good example, because Michael was in good health, man. You know, a week before he got it, he won a race. He won his last race that he set his butt down in that race car.
Mm-hmm.
He won his last race at Lakeview, and didn't even pick his. Well, he picked his money up, but we give big checks away.
Right.
And he didn't even get his check that week. And at the funeral, my guy that speaks for our series, Kip was on your show. Kip presented the check and a checkered flag to his kids. And I don't think there was a dry eye in the funeral. But you know, you just don't never know, because man, he was driving a race car a week before that, and a week or two later, he's gone.
Yeah. Listen, but hey, listen, and you know, I think that our hearts go out to him. But let's shift gears here before we got to end. If people want to look at Carolina Outlaw Street Super Street Series, where should they go? And you know, any other shout outs before we get to our next guest?
Nope. Well, we've got a race at County Line next weekend, and then, like I said, David has put us on the schedule for his Thanksgiving race, November 27th.
Oh wow!
And so that'll be a non-points race, and we urge everybody to come. And you know, I should thank all my sponsors, but they know who they are, and I knew we didn't have time. But you know, if anybody wants to take a little minute and just go to the Carolina Outlaw Super Street Facebook page, look at and see what we do. We have a good thing going.
Yeah, for sure. And JD, listen, man, thanks for everything, and hopefully I'll see you in a couple weeks down for the Thanksgiving Jamboree. Although it's that Saturday, so I'm not sure if that might clobber when you guys are doing your race. But hope to see you soon.
Yeah, I hope to see you too. And tell Colin I said hello. He's a good guy.
Well, he's listening right now, and that you couldn't get a better intro than that. So thanks, JD, and welcome, Colin. Try it again. Welcome, Colin.
Hey, how's it going?
We're doing good. Alex on the switchboard wasn't quite fast enough on the draw today, so I'll take him out back later. I got a laugh out of him. Hey, so you're coming off of Martinsville. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a pretty good race. Started 30th, fell back there pretty far back early on in the race, and able to persevere to a 14th place finish. It was a good day.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, you had to get through a lot of traffic if you drop back that far.
Oh yeah, 100%. It was a good learning experience. I'd never been to a short track like that where I had to, kind of work the brakes as much as I had to there. But I finally got the hang of it there towards the kind of middle point in the race. And I feel like if maybe I'd been a little bit more up to speed, we could have had a good shot at a top 8 finish. So
Oh, that's great. That's great. And this was Sam Hunt Racing 26 car. Is that right?
yeah.
No, that's great. And so tell us about Martinsville. Like, how is that so much different than like a super speedway?
I mean, so like when you get to a super speedway or something, you're really working the air. You don't use brakes really all that much, but the biggest problem you have there, not really problem, but the biggest thing you have to work there is just the air. Where when you come to Martinsville or a short track like that, or even road courses, it's all about brakes. The cars are very heavy and you have big brakes on them. So it's very easy to overheat the brakes. So you just have to kind of learn how to work the brake pedal and not overheat it and boil the brake fluid, and then you don't have any brakes. So.
Yeah, which is important because Martinsville is, I guess, a little bit like Bristol, although I think that's a even shorter track.
Yeah, so I'd say Martinsville would be like a flattened Bristol, because Bristol, you really don't use that much brake at Bristol.
Oh, because the banks.
So high. Yeah.
But it's actually my favorite race to watch is actually Bristol.
Oh,
I don't know why. I love watching it. It's like my favorite every year to watch on the TV. Like I go out of my way to tape it if I'm not around. Not that we tape things anymore. I DVR it. But yeah, that's great. So tell us, you're going into the season's kind of wrapping up here pretty quick. So what's on the horizon?
Right now, I don't know quite what's on the horizon yet. We've been working towards a few different things. I don't know on what aspects yet. Obviously Xfinity is always the goal in the end, but right now I just don't know what's feasible or not because of different situations. Sam Hunt Racing, then they have a bright future ahead of them. And I probably won't be a big part of that next year.
Okay.
But going forward, I hope to be a part of them. And then also we've been looking at different late model stuff and seeing what we could do with that with my Sellers Racing team there out of Danville.
Wait, you mean like on a dirt track?
We've got a few different options.
We're gonna see you on a dirt track. Is that what you were saying, or?
No, late model stock. Like,
late model stock. Okay.
Not dirt. Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh! Right, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Colin Garrett on dirt track. No, that's great.
No, not yet. Mike and them are trying hard to get me in one of those, but we'll get to that point at a later time.
Well, someone's got Tim McCrae's not too young anymore, so you never know, Colin. There might be a space there for you. So,
I know.
Although he did just win the championship, so you can't gotta say that the guy's doing awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but if you do late model, where does that leave you? How does that circuit work?
So I would basically be running around, kind of local to the Virginia area. I'd race probably South Austin Speedway, Dominion Raceway, and Langley, and all that stuff. So I'd stay kind of close to home there, relatively, and see what we could do overall throughout the year. I'd be able to run, let's say, 30 some races on about the same amount of money that it would let me run 4 races in Xfinity. So
yeah,
it's a whole different feeling, but. Like I said, Xfinity is always the main goal. So if I can go run some Xfinity races for Sam Hunt Racing and then throughout the year, that would obviously be super fun. But I said, we have a bunch of different options.
It's a lot. I mean, because I know we were walking into the 11-11 program when we spoke earlier this year, and I know that's done. Okay. I mean, it's first year of that, so I think that's been exciting.
Yeah, we've we just unveiled the new 11-11 logo this past weekend at Martinsville, and then we also had Veterans Go America on the car at Martin Speedway. So they're new add-on to the 11-11 project, and I think we've got a really good group of people behind us, and we can see where it goes throughout the next little bit.
Well, that's exciting. And I think I did want to say this, last time we spoke, your sister was getting married, so I think. Congratulations to her and you having a new brother-in-law. I think that's exciting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was just talking to them.
Oh, is he there with you?
No, but I was just on the phone with them. We're looking for houses for them. They're looking for some land out in the country. we were looking at some different places.
Gotcha. And then how about your brothers? I mean, they're still on active duty, right? They're still doing okay?
Yeah, so one's in Kuwait right now. He'll be back in February, I believe, and then one actually deploys next Thursday to Eastern Europe.
Oh, he's the helicopter pilot, right?
Yeah, he flies the Apache Echo.
See, actually, one of my students from Norwich University is, I think, on that deployment. So I'll have to ask him to look for your brother.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Is he stationed at Fort Hood?
He is. Yep.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So
small army world. That's the way it works.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then listen, we're kind of getting the kind of the end of the show. Are you coming to visit us with the Jamboree coming up? I think, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So, and maybe you can explain to everyone like what the Patriot course is, because I when we first started advertising it, we were really going to be mostly focused on dirt, but now we're doing some of the racing actually on the track at VIR. So have you done the Patriot course before?
Yeah, so the Patriot is actually what we use when I go out there and work with the RFH tactical side when we do the evasive driving course. So it's what we use every week. It's a cool little mile circuit. It has a little bit of everything. It's got heavy braking zones, got fast kind of roller coaster feeling to it. It's got fast turns, it's just kind of got a little bit of everything for a little, short mile long track. It's right in the center of the Virginia International Raceway full course. It's a pretty cool deal. Like I said, it's got everything to be such a small track.
Don't overheat your brakes.
Sorry?
Don't overheat your brakes.
Yeah, I've done that in the Crown Vic a few times. I've gotten yelled at for that.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah.
No, those cars are cool. I took my kids down. In fact, I'm taking Henry with me this time. But they learned a little bit on the Crown Vics, and they were like, "Oh, this is like a really big car." So I think it's like
the Crown Vics are pretty big.
Yeah. But I'm taking my wife's Land Cruiser down this time, so it's probably a little better on the track than even my 4Runner is. So we'll see. No, it's got like a big. I'll tell you what, that car can get out of its own way. Like you put the gas on it, it knows what it's doing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So now, do you do any of the off-road driving too, or you just pretty much are doing the on-road drive?
So yeah, we do the when we instruct out there, I do the off-road portion too. That's pretty fun. We go out and do the trails and the off-road courses and stuff.
Gotcha.
We have a lot of fun doing that. Normally we end up getting some vehicles stuck and we have to do some recoveries, and that's always a good time, but it's all pretty much the same amount of fun throughout the board. It's cool to go out and do the off-road stuff, because I do the asphalt stuff a lot. So.
Well, and I still haven't done the rollover trainer yet. I still have to do that.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get you in there one day.
Yeah, someday. I don't know. For some reason, I'm not purposely avoiding it. It's just that it's never been in run mode when I'm there and there's the spot. So it's just kind of been the way it worked out. And then we have charity laps coming up, which last December we had it, and we're having again in December 11th.
Yeah, the charity laps are always my favorite part of the year. I always bring out one of our sports cars that my parents have. They've got the Cadillac CTSV and the Hellcat. And the Hellcat is not as much fun out there, but the CTSV is a lot of fun, and we'll take a bunch of the RFH guys out for rides and stuff in it.
Well, you were trying to get me to join you last year, and I had just come off the track with Adam Benaway. I think we were driving like an M3 or something like that, and I was a little seasick by that point, so I was like, probably best I'm not getting your Cadillac.
Yeah, Adam had his what was that? It was his little Scion thing a couple years ago. That thing was fast. It wasn't that fast down straightaways, but you get in the corners, that thing was fly because it was so light and nimble. I really love that thing. That was his autocross car from a couple years ago.
Oh yeah. Well, I think he's gonna try to get me seasick again because as you know, Adam's Army and I was Navy, so I think anytime an Army guy can get a Navy guy seasick, it's sort of +1 in their book.
Exactly.
No, but see, at least I know that, going into it, this is what I'm dealing with is people who are trying to get me seasick.
Yeah, you just need to take medicine beforehand, so then you persevere through it.
No, I can't take Dramamine. My eyes get super dilated. And
oh, really?
Yeah, I'm awesome at night. I'm like an owl, but if I'm outside, in the sunlight, I'm dying like a vampire.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't do it. No, it's been it's funny. So my entire military career, I've had to do saltines and crackers and flat Coca-Cola is the other trick. So don't tell the Army guys that's the trick is flat Coca-Cola and saltines. That'll keep you going. But anyway, hey, so last minute of the show, any shout outs you need to get out there?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, the Racing for Heroes guys. I mean, we obviously, the whole point of the show is, creating awareness for Racing for Heroes, and then the Rosie Network, which is another group we've been working with, and then our 1111 project. Make sure to check us out. You can check us out on all my social media, at Colin Garrett Web, WEB there at the end, Web. I mean, we keep everything up to date. They'll have everything on there.
Yeah, and you guys are always awesome putting out the word for Racing for Heroes and all of your press releases and everything. So it's just always exciting.
Yeah, for sure. Really excited to see what we can do with our relationship in the coming years.
You bet. Well, Colin, looking forward to catching up with you again in a couple weeks. Tell your dad thanks, and again, congratulations for your sister.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. And with that, Racing for Heroes, we are getting to the last minute of the show. That was Colin Garrett, NASCAR driver, and longtime friend of Racing for Heroes. We have a couple events coming up. The Saturday after Thanksgiving down at VIR is the Jamboree. You bring any car down, off-road, on-road, doesn't matter. We get something for everyone. And December 11th, we have charity laps. If you go to our website, www.racingforheroes.org, you can check it out there. And with that, we'll leave you with the real Doug Lane a little further down the road. Thanks, everybody.
A little farther down the road, traveling with no one dad to go. I got a dream to chase,
1 minute.
and it just won't wait. It's just a little